almost a shame to send either of these teams home because they look so strong. Maybe it's time for triple elimination to come through. But unfortunately, it's not to be. And Ghost picked up again by both AD carries. Everything else looking fairly normal. Mission once again. He's got that first strike, so values the scaling. And I think probably, at least in the PCS, this split, Mission has looked untouchable on the Orianna, has played so well on it. And I think one of those champions that he's found, very good success at, not only in the lane, but in the team fights as well. Champ that he's been known for. And what other champ would you want to be on other than your signature pick in game number 5, your elimination match potentially?
Yeah, it does feel like a pretty difficult game to play both Orianna and Zeri entry though. BYG have so much hard to see, a lot of it point and click as well. Definitely going to have to be careful with how they approach these fights. I think Nature especially, instead of looking for engages, definitely going to need to be focusing a lot more on peeling for his carries.
And one thing I want to bring up is that for me in this early game, eyes on Kongyue, who's got the Pantheon point and click into a team that has no cleansers. So there is certainly gank potential that can come out. And honestly, there is gank set up in all 3 lanes for Kongyue, so couldn't really ask for anything more. I have to see which lanes he ends up playing towards and what he can perhaps get done. So often is Kongyue the way that Beyond get into games. He's the one that gets it all started off, and we kind of saw last game when he fell behind, Beyond couldn't find that same access into the game. Maybe we'll hear.
Yeah, definitely the key player to get Beyond gaming.
Yeah. Yeah.
No?
No.
Damn, I thought that was pretty good.
And now level 2 picked up by the Impunity bot lane. Can they do anything with it? Does not really look like it, as Kongyue, he's going to path into that top side here. Maybe can look to end his clear and gank Driver potentially. The wave is stacking. He is going to enter the river very early. In fact, could even invade the red buff. Has the top priority. Doesn't have mid prior though. Just looks like he's going to drop a ward and maybe go back to his jungle. And I think that should keep Driver safe. He does just drop that ward there. And he has Alex pathing up to him. So probably wouldn't expect anything really to happen. He's just kind of farming in this mid lane. Spike Gragas having the Comet can just be shielded by the Orianna for the most part. And now it looks like Kongyue will move up towards topside, but it's going to be spotted out on the ward. The question is, oh, okay, so actually doesn't go for it. The ward is placed and it's spotted on the sapling. Alex turns around just in case there is some sort of dive on this wave, but it looks like it won't happen.
Well, meanwhile in the bot lane, Keno finds the hook onto Nature, does get rooted up as well. Fighting a lot of damage. Feng, he's popped Ghost, both ADCs running, but in different directions. Atlan, let's get the Ignite popped on now. I guess they're running in the same direction, but in different, what's the word? Different tones. Different...
Oh, hold on, though.
Kongyue finding the flash stun onto Mission. No follow-up there from 116. Might not have the body slam available yet, or not enough mana.
Yeah.
Not too sure, but Mission is going to escape with his life. For now, without his flash, though, that is going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's pretty important, I think, for both sides. Kongyue loses a lot of aggression with that. And we actually saw this trade come out in one of the previous games. I believe it was actually the last one with the Talia Wukong that, once Kongyue lost his flash, couldn't find any more ganks after that. Mission will obviously have to be careful, especially around level 6. But until then, should feel pretty safe. And he's backed and gone for the Darksteel and the Sapphire. Once again, probably going to skip out on the tier. Is just going to play for a bit more of that early game spike. And I like it. You've already got so much scaling with the Zeri. It's not like... And the rest of your comp as well. Like... Scales pretty solidly. But just being the kind of bridge for your team in the early game, and it's not like Orianna scales bad either, especially against a short-range comp, will do very well. Ooh, Alex.
Oh, Alex?
Not sure you're allowed to be here.
Yeah, this is dicey. Keno's on his way out from bot lane as well. 116 is going to get it spotted on the ward. Body slam comes out. Hook hits the wall. Keno fumbles the bag. Flashes forward to try and find the auto route, but Alex is going to live to see another day.
That's a tilter.
That is a tilter.
Keno had to feel like that was a guaranteed kill, right? I don't think, even if Alex flashed the hook, wouldn't have been able to get the distance to get over the wall.
He certainly wouldn't have.
No, would have just been chased down. Wow, I mean, that sucks. That really sucks. Keno would be kicking himself over that one. Nature, he's in the river, and Kongyue's around mid as well. Doesn't look like it's going to be a dive.
Yeah, support handshake. Let's take a look at how this unfolded.
Yeah, so he spotted out on that Tribush. Oh no, it's so tragic, really. And I think Alex was dead to rights. Even invested the flash and still didn't manage to get him. That's the one you kind of ping your Nautilus and solo queue for.
That's toxic, man.
Just the truth. Now, Alex and Kongwei, they're both topside here. Doesn't look like any dive will be coming out. In fact, Driver just ults the wave to be completely safe. 116 is up here as well, but Driver has TP. Should be completely fine, and this is going to give Mission the opportunity to just shove in that wave, deny a little bit of CS over. So far, Impunity getting through this, what is maybe a scary early game up against the Pantheon, relatively unscathed.
Yeah, even the bot lane as well. Kai'Sa Nort hasn't found too much yet. They did have that initial trade early on, but they were able to save most of their summoner spells. So definitely good looks for Impunity so far. Oh my goodness, Kino taking so much damage there.
A nice trade onto him. And it's now Nature's 5th game of Rakan, perhaps ever. And we'll have to see how good he is at it now. Dragon is getting started up here by Alex, and with that mid and bot priority currently, should be getting it, but Driver is maybe in trouble. He does not have the flash. I think he could just be dead here.
He's looking for it. 116 here as well. Explosive cast is going to knock him back. Dead to rights. First blood going the way of Kongya.
Wow, and that's a pretty solid trade there. First Dragon obviously is great for the scaling, but initially is not the best, and it's actually taking a long time here. He's finally smited away. That's pretty rough, I think, for Driver. Maybe fortunate for him that Kongya was the one that picked it up as opposed to Lakai, but for the rest of the map, that has to feel pretty scary, right? An accelerated Pantheon, not someone you can really mess with.
Yeah, and also helping Leakai secure even more of a lead in this top lane as well. Feels like the Jax versus Gnar matchup can definitely go both ways, so a little bit does go a long way.
Definitely does. As bot lane here, lots of pings coming out, and Kongya must be very close to 6. All summed are up, but without the cleanse, it still remains vulnerable. I believe Kongya should get 6 off. Okay, he has it now off the Raptors. He's on the red currently. He might look to pick that up and out one of the lanes. Mission's flash is up very, very soon, crucially. Was even the plate picked up mid?
Yeah.
Which is pretty bold by him as well to go for that. Always feels scary up against the Pantheon. Here's Kongya, who leads the player goal currently, and Driver falling a little bit far behind now. It's still within touching distance for sure, but you know, not the way you want to start that matchup.
Yeah, overall though, game state still pretty much even across the board. Small lead for BOG, but nothing to write home about just yet. Kino moving up towards the top side of the map. Same with Fing as well. So dragging both the Kai'Sa and the Nautilus. Really looking to try and claim their Rift Herald for themselves.
Yeah, I wonder if there can be any trade coming out from Impunity. Now that Nautilus shows mid, you'd have to expect their bot lane begins to push. And Kongya, he's starting up the Herald. It is spotted out. So Impunity are aware, but I'm not sure you can contest this. It seems like Beyond's topside is too strong. Instead, maybe just play for the 4-man bot again.
Yeah, I really like this from BYG, actually. They choose to send Fing and Kino back bot lane, and Impunity, they have no vision, so they really, until they've shown up just now, they had no idea where the bot laners were.
I think as well, it's very hard to actually trade the 4-man here because Kongya can just ult to the other side of the map.
Yeah.
They are maybe looking for it, though. Alex, he's getting very aggressive in that jungle. I think he's looking for it. It's just a 3-man, though.
Nature's Grass comes out, but he's walking away.
Yeah, a little bit of poke. I think they probably felt that because they didn't know where Kongya was, if he had just reset and was pathing out bot side with the ult, it would be absolutely disastrous if they committed to it. So unfortunately, just didn't have enough information to guarantee that play. And so just back away, which I think is still fine, right? I think they probably do have the scaling advantage overall. A lot of damage traded back here. But Kongya maybe is going to look top. He's still on that top side, and I believe Impunity still don't know where he is. There's not really much vision on the map to speak of. Maybe a bit more on that bot side, though. Lots of pings coming out mid, I believe, from Kino, who is pathing there. And Kongya, he will go for his reset. Wonder, does he have the Gore Drinker?
Not quite.
Not quite.
Yeah, I'm really looking to see what Kongya's next play will be with the Rift Herald in his back pocket.
You kind of think it should be ulting one of these lanes and looking for the Herald afterwards.
Yeah, any of them, really.
Yeah, there's so much gang set up overall. Everywhere remains very scary. I think gold onto Kai'Sa is probably the most valuable. So if you can succeed bot, that would be good. But, you know, bot lane looks pretty safe as well. They have all their sums as well as a lot of defensives. Maybe you just look to go mid or even free up mid to 4-man bot could be the play as well. As 116, he's in the river. Maybe that's what they're looking for.
Aquino on vision for now. Nature actually getting a bit cheeky. Where's that ward? Kongya in the area hasn't been spotted out quite yet. The ward and Tribush will see him, but chooses not to go down that path. I wonder what he's looking for here. Maybe just going to drop the Rift Herald and walk away.
Yeah, I think that could be it. Doesn't know he's on a ward here, obviously. Yeah, looks like he will just come through lane, drop the Herald. And I always feel that when this happens, it's not the best usage, honestly, because while it is gold, it's shared, of course, and you also reveal your position to the whole map. And yeah, I mean, it's an okay usage of Herald, nothing to write home about. They will look back towards mid, though, and Mission, you know, he's pushing the wave, but always has to be very cognizant of the fact that Pantheon can be here at any moment, actually gets zoned away from the cannon. Definitely hurts.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Kongya hold his ult for so long. I would have thought that he would have tried to look for something by now, but maybe just, you know, making the most of the pressure that having it up gives for his laners, giving them a lot more space to work around with. Oh, Lika actually looking in on Driver. There's the Pantheon ult that we talked about, finding that kill onto Driver. Easiest dive of my life.
Yeah, as you were just saying, the caster Curse hasn't been using the ult, but now finds it. And 2-0, and I think importantly, putting what is, you know, the star player perhaps of Impunity in Driver behind in Game 5, it's looking very, very good. That matchup is starting to, you know, look very, very tough for Driver, as second drag should go the way of Impunity, but also a 2,000 gold lead for Beyond.
Yeah, it is good for Impunity that they have managed to secure 2 dragons so far. Take a look at what happened in this top lane dive. Likai gets so much damage on the Driver to start off with.
Yeah, oh, so the flash came out actually from the Jax, which just
oh wait, we're going back to live. Kino's been taken out by Atlan. Now it's a crazy skirmish ensuing. Kongya with 116 coming down the river, looking onto Alex, forces the flash. Explosive cast knocks Alex back. Not going to be quite enough damage there to finish him off. Nature zoning off with that grand entrance. Impunity, all members going to make it out alive. Same for BYG.
Yeah, one big thing I want to bring up is that Likai actually TP'd down here, and that's going to give Driver the opportunity to actually bring back a lot of this lead. I think he gets 2 plates for himself and denies a lot of CS. I have some big questions. One, how did Kino get there? And 2, why is Likai there? Why did he TP? Because this gives so much back to Driver and undoes so much of what was good there.
Oh,
so Kino,
no.
I guess he just went too far in, even though the dragon was already gone. TP came out from Likai to try turn it, but it was very nice, I think, by Impunity to just back away from this. And even with the CC that comes out, there is no flash available for Likai because he invested it topside. And the flash ult even came out here from 1116, and it still wasn't enough as all the Impunity members get out.
Yeah, you know, investing that Jax into your bot side with the TP and coming out, you know, with -1 kills, really not the way you want to be playing. And now Impunity have managed to even it up a lot more. And I think with those 2 dragons in their back pocket, it's looking a lot better for them now.
Top tower is very low though, and that's potentially a regank opportunity for Kongwei. If Driver takes some bad trades, you know, it can very easily be dived, and that would be a huge gold injection, especially if you can get it onto the Jax and kind of continue to dominate the side lane. Would feel very, very good about it. Importantly though, it was Atlan on the Zeri who got that kill and now has the shield bow. And we know, we've seen before what happens when Atlan gets these kills. He really runs away with the game. Third dragon in 3 more minutes, very early into the game, and I think this could be an opportunity for Impunity to look to just trade some gold for it. As top tower might fall here, Impunity, or sorry, Mission is moving up towards it. Looks like they are going to get to it in time, as they do swap the lanes around. Might actually be better to let it die, and I think that's what Mission is doing. Yeah, I think he was trying to, because could deny the local gold, and you know this tower is going to go down eventually.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, could not quite.
Well,
as Herald's been looked at.
Yeah, a lot of members in the area right now. 1116 is passing down bot side, but does have the TP available. Driver isn't going to have his up as well, so Actually, an angle for 116 to try and get some pressure down in the bot lane.
TP does come through out of mission, so they're definitely committing to playing for this. Ooh,
TP comes out.
from
That's
the
pretty
Gragas.
Oh, Nature's Grasp. Oh, Grand Nature's doesn't quite connect. Nature's Grasp will find two, but lots of members knocked out from the side of Impunity. They do find that turret.
That was the
Best turret
first
of the
tower,
game.
yeah. It picked up there in the mid one as well. It will be traded by Lakai in the top side. A nice little bit of gold onto him. Oh, Alex has taken some chunk ahead of this Herald, and I'm not sure if this is Impunities. I think you might just want to base spend the gold and set up for that next drag. Probably should give this one to Beyond. If you... Yeah, no, surely you can't stop it without the Nature's Grasp. Lakai, he gets spotted out, is actually engaged on.
Oh, actually gets knocked backwards. Grand Entrance knocks him up as well. Gonna get dropped very low. Mission finds that kill for himself, and now Impunity might be in the driver's seat for this Riftfield play, but still a little bit scary. BYG, they have a lot of tools still available. I think the explosive cask and the depth charge on cooldown for now, but both teams gonna back off, look towards mid wave instead.
It do manage to force the side of BYG off that Herald, which I think is a big win because that means your mid tower is going to survive for a lot longer. And it also means that Herald can't just be dropped to allow yourself access to that next dragon. And now 45 seconds away, while Impunity probably can scale, I think they're already ready to contest it if they want. And that would give them such a strong win condition here. The Ocean Soul, I think, one of the best, especially if the enemy team isn't building any healing reduction, of which there are currently none to speak of.
It feels like Impunity in this Game 5 have really managed to find their footing. They've played to their team comp, they've managed to drag the game out and pick up a couple dragons on the way as well. The gold lead is pretty much even, and for the side of BYG, like you talked about earlier with the Pantheon, not able to find enough success to build a substantial lead for themselves. This is going to mean that BYG is a little bit stuck.
Yeah, might have some issues, I guess, trying to get onto Atlan and Mission, who have their sums available. TP comes in early here from Lakai, but it is Impunity that hold control of the river. And getting this drag would be so important for BYG. They really don't want to have to play against the threat of Dragon Soul. It's being pulled here by Atlan as Mission. He's going to go towards that bot wave. I'm not sure if he should be here.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a dangerous spot now, forced.
Yeah, he can't
out.
really regroup with the team. I think this was a mistake from Mission and Beyond. They should look to keep Mission out of this fight. Mission doesn't have TP to go mid either. I think massive mistake there. Somehow, Impunity have to get Mission to rejoin the fight. Okay, they chase out the Jax, which means he's going to be able to push. So it's nice there, and Beyond didn't manage to find something with it. Now it's Lakai who might be in trouble. He has the flank, though.
Yeah, both teams playing this out so slowly. Nature waiting on the side, looking for any kind of engage, or rather to dissuade any engage from the side of BYG. Kino now walking in, muscling his way in, tanks the Nature's Grasp for his team, but the Dragon is just going to go the way of Impunity. At BYG, they're not close enough. They might look for the fight now. Driver is very close to making that depth charge, finds four. Bleakai copying him with his counter-strike, isn't able to find the stun. Now Impunity, they're looking to try and protect their backline for as long as possible. Allen finds the shutdown. Bleakai now dropped very low, 116. The same fate for him as well. Kino goes golden, but he's not going to live for much longer. 116 gets taken out as well. It's a double kill for Mission. 4 members down for BYG.
4 members down, the Dragon picked up, and things are looking so good for Impunity in game number 5. It was a long journey to get here, but I think they might have just done it with that. Obviously can't quite end the game yet, but now have such a strong lead for themselves. Have the gold lead, have the scaling, have the Dragons. What more do you need at this point? And I think that was just a very clean executed fight from Impunity, as we'll get a replay of it. You'll kind of see here, Driver is marking the Jax flank the whole time, and really nice ult comes out from Mission, and while there's so much engage, it's peeled off excellently from the side of Impunity. The carries are left completely untouched. Alex even survived for so long, and Fang had to ult to kill him, but then is so split from his team that he can't do anything, so just way better played for the side of Impunity.
Yeah, I think Bleakai actually might have cancelled his counter-strike a bit too early before he jumped in, so he wasn't able to find the 4-man stun that he was looking for, and ultimately, that just spells disaster for BYG. Still, Feng doing a lot of damage, but the rest of his team isn't putting up enough numbers for them to find success in that fight.
Yeah, the Impunity solo laners as well. You can count on those two in game number 5 here, doing extremely well, and spikes across the board. 2 items for the Orianna as well as the Zeri, yet to be completed from the opposite side's carries. And 3 more minutes now on the next Dragon. Beyond are pretty much going to have no choice but to contest it. Don't even really have the Baron damage to try to do some sort of flip trade. maybe there's a lot of pings on the mid wave. There might just be a fight brewing early.
Oh, Atlan gonna walk on up to the mid wave. Has got 2 items completed for himself. Feng doesn't quite have the quick blades for himself yet. Now Impunity very much in the driver's seat. 3k gold ahead at 20 minutes in the game. BYG, they've got to find some way back into this.
And where do you look? Because the carries still have sums. Keno's going to be looking maybe onto Alex.
Oh, I wouldn't recommend that. On. Gets knocked backwards, finds the follow-up as well. Nature zoning away so many members. Keno left by himself. Is going to find the flash over and is going to survive for now. TP comes out from Driver and Mission actually. Oh, no, just the one.
Just Driver's TP. Mission can go back towards top here and maybe take that tower. And I think, you know, credit to Nature, I actually think played that pretty well. Did manage to get the initial CT and then also zone out the rest. And I think, you know, despite the fact that Impunity are already so far ahead, they can afford to play slow if they want to, right? Certainly have the scaling advantage, particularly with how fed their carries are already. 2 minutes though, probably will just look to play for that if they can be the ones that have control early, and especially if they have all their sums up. It kind of seems like it'll be real difficult for Beyond. Probably have to find some sort of flash engage onto Atlan or Mission. I wonder, maybe they can grab stopwatches even before that. See what Atlan buys. Has to know that this dragon is the most important. Goes for the Warhammer. Is going for the aggressive option. Probably feels safe enough, honestly, with the flash and the ghost, as well as all the peel that can come through from his team.
Quick blades now completed for Feng as well. It's going to be a big power spike for him in this upcoming dragon fight, but still, you have to wonder, does BYG even have enough damage? Even if they find the engage, do they have enough damage to be able to burst down Mission and Atlan? It feels really hard.
I'm not sure they do. See, does Feng have the Navori ahead of this fight?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's got it already. All right. So 1 minute away. Medjai's once again on Mission. Has the most gold in the game, so I can respect it.
If he gets the Medjai's curse again.
And I think one thing, you know, the Playgirl kind of shows is despite all that impact the Kongwei held on the top lane, Driver's the one actually ahead in gold. It's only very slightly. But you were kind of relying on top lane to be a big win condition for you in this game, and instead it's been well and truly neutralized. Hasn't found impact in the side lane or in the team fight. Scuttlecrab now picked up by Impunity ahead of this 4th dragon. 30 seconds remain. Can BYG set up flanks in time? They're going to try push the waves. I think if Driver continues to mark Lakai, though, it feels very hard to get that follow-up. And the carries here from Impunity, they're looking so strong. Really need a miracle from Beyond. Try and find those kills, get those shutdowns, and bring yourselves back into this game.
Yeah,
so
BYG,
much vision set up.
They really need all hell to break loose in this fight. Lots of summoners available on both sides, really. So I'm expecting a lot of action. BYG trying to muscle their way into the bottom side of the river.
Ooh, the guy, he's found himself a great flank. I wonder if, I don't believe he was spotted out. Okay, I think Driver knows actually. He's going to try and go find him. I really like that play. Yeah, it does. Yeah, really nice from Driver.
Bush. Yeah, able to dissuade Likai off from that engage. Keno actually finds Alex, but Feng drops so low, gets taken out by Alex by himself. Now Likai looks to see what he can do on the backline. Counter-strike finds Zero, Mission the target, but not enough damage to follow up. He's all by himself. Atlan and Nature there to back up their mid laner. He's going to go down. Double kill for Atlan, 1116, the only surviving member nowhere near the fight. He's just chilling in the top lane.
Yeah, he actually TP'd out there, I believe, to escape. And 4th dragon picked up, the Baron being looked at, and you kind of feel like Game 5 is all but over. I don't see any way really for Beyond to get back into this, and really it just comes down to those finishing touches for the side of Impunity to put on, and hopefully we get a replay of that, because Feng, he was caught out by an Orianna ult and almost completely one-shot. Yeah. And just by being so strong with the Navori, never got the opportunity to deal any damage.
Huge pick there from Mission. He's got a lot of stacks now on his Medjai. Let's take a look at how this dragon fight happened.
And pay attention to this ball over the wall. It catches Feng. He goes so low. And then Alex, I believe, just kills him off the back end. And with the Kaiser gone, that's so much of your damage. And really, all Impunity have to do from then is kind of chase people down. You can see again, Driver, you know, the man who was targeted so heavily in this game, you know, is having a pretty solid performance. He's doing his job. He's making sure to find out Lakai on these flanks before they start, and then just kind of chasing people down after.
Yeah, and it's looking so rough for BYG to finding the angle back into this, especially with the Ocean Drake providing that little bit of extra sort of region and tankiness. Yeah, they're really desperate to find anything, but this could actually be a potential flank angle, but...
He has Mega and Flash. I don't think they can.
Yeah,
They're still in there. That's the longest flank of all time. They're going for it, though. This is a desperation play. The TP comes in as well. Impunity, they have to know.
Oh, yeah, they've been spotted up by the minion wave. Now they're the ones being flanked even. Kino flashes forward, finds Alex as well, but it's only him. Now Nature looking to see if he can re-engage on this. Mission in a very safe position. Atlan doing so much damage. Kino gets taken out. Atlan is dominating. Kongya now the next target. 116 on the run. Drop down to half HP.
I think with that, Impunity should be able to maybe even end the game. There isn't a lot of wave clear. The explosive cask has been used.
Oh, flash forward from Alex, finds 116. He is going to get taken out. Mission once again adding to his pages on the book. Unstoppable on the Orianna. It's just Fig and Leakai now. The last line of defense for BYG, keeping their hopes and dreams alive in this playoffs. But it's such a tall order.
Can he do anything? I don't think he can. The Kaiser's too short-ranged. I think Impunity, they can just turn towards the
Keno's
Nexus.
up now as well, but instantly gets stunned from the Mega Knight ultimate. Fing trying to do his best to deal as much damage as he can, but the Ocean Drake, Alex is taking 0 damage at all. The second Nexus Tower is about to go down. Keno tries to look for something, but Atlan takes him off the map. Leakai trying to deal with the Baron minions, but isn't even able to take out those. And it looks like it's going to be Impunity taking the win in this best of 5, painting the KDA a little bit. Not finding too much, actually. 116 doesn't have the explosive cask available to knock them into the fountain just yet, but that's the Nexus for Impunity, and with that, the series.
5 games later, Impunity finally do it and will advance to take on Frank Esports. We will get that driver solo kill matchup that we've been looking for, and Impunity, they were down 1-2 in this series and beyond. Looking like they were going to take it out, but Impunity, they managed to rally, they managed to turn it around, win those last 2 games in very dominating fashion. Is this a new Nar dance? I think it might be the Mega Nar dance.
Is that it?
I think so.
Doesn't he like hit his chest or something?
Well, we're going to find out. I don't know. This could just be a new one. But, I mean, on the other side, beyond, I mean, they gave us such a good series, and we're sad to see them go. Unfortunately, are now eliminated from the playoffs, but man, they really put their best foot forward and really made this competitive.
Yeah, they were so commanding in those first few games, but ultimately after the game 4, it feels like they lost all their momentum and all their steam, and they kind of just collapsed in this game 5.
Yeah, it's a sad way to go, and again, you can't help but think, you know, would things have been different if the pause and stuff didn't unfold? But ultimately, it does look like on the day, Impunity are the stronger team, and have to see how they do up against Frank. And who are you thinking for MVP of that game? Because there's some pretty solid arguments for quite a few people.
Yeah, I would probably have to